All right, what's going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. And in this opportunity, I'm bringing you now another indicator as part of the Ultra Trend ecosystem. All right, that I'm going to be releasing tomorrow. I'm recording this on a Sunday. It is August 10. And tomorrow, Monday, 6 a.m. New York time, I will be releasing this indicator or indicators, because it's actually 8 indicators in this ecosystem that you will be able to use. Now, I will show you right now how and what this indicator does, um, what it have, and what it has. I'm sorry, and the strategy, of course, on how to use it. Very important. If you're watching this video, probably maybe later, right? Maybe I don't know, some other time. I recommend you watching, or if you're planning on getting access to this entire bundle, this entire ecosystem, I recommend you watching the entire playlist. I'm going to leave the link at the top right here. I'm going to leave a little playlist right here so you can watch the entire videos to understand how the indicators work, how each indicator works. Okay. I always recommend you to do that. Don't get anything from anybody without understanding, right, and knowing what the indicator does, and it's very important, right? Very, very important. So at least that's what I do before I'm getting something. I search. I do my work by searching, right? So, anyways, right here, this is what you're gonna get. It looks a little messy right now. We're gonna tweak a couple things because yes, it has a bunch of options and pretty cool options right here. And I'm going to explain you pretty much what they all do. I'm currently using a dark background. If you want to use a lighter, maybe a white background, you can use your colors. The indicator, however, has a theme color, right? If you want to use the theme color, simply this is what you're going to do, because this indicator is based on the Heikin Ashi candles, right? So first thing I need to do right here, I will right click on the chart, go in settings, and I will hide the candles, right? I will just hide them, right? And notice that we have a theme, right? And these candles, again, because this strategy is different from all of the rest of the indicators inside this ecosystem, it's very different. And we're using, in this time, we're going to be using high Kinashi candles. I like these candles a lot. They pretty much help you stay in the trend as long, right, as long as possible. And of course, depending on the situation, right, you can have choppy markets. So for that, anyways, let's go ahead and open the settings here and tweak a couple things. What are those lines right here at the moment? These are support and resistance lines. We're going to hide them at the moment. I'm not going to need them. Um, and pretty much you can see here that everything is set already as it is. If you want to tweak, you want to change a couple of settings, you're going to have probably something very different. Okay. I'm going to explain you. The most important thing is understanding what are you trading? What pair are you trading? Are you trading indices? Are you trading Forex? Are you trading stocks? Are you trading cryptos, right? Because every market has a different volatility. In this particular indicator right here, I did not include the the box or the table. Like I don't know if you remember, for I think it was for the structural. I have this thing here, it says market preset, and I change between Forex, indices, crypto, commodities. So the indicator will adapt to their different volatility. For this one, is not necessary. Since we're going to be using Heikin Ashi candles, it's a little bit different. So we're not going to need that. We're going to use the same settings pretty much for everything, right? However, there's a few things that I do, my preference, that I like, because I created, well, me and my friend, we created these indicators based on how we trade. I like to trade this way, what I'm going to show you right now. And Right here, pretty much everything stays the same. Again, notice that I'm using the filter. You see this gray zone right here? I'm using a filter. Why am I using the filter on all my indicators? Again, this is preference. If you like it or not, you can just simply disable the session filter, right? If you don't like it, you can just simply remove it, right? I happen to choose that. Why? Because I don't want to see anything else on the chart that distracts me. I want to focus to only on my session and only in the hours that I'm going to be trading. I want to focus only in this specific time, right? I don't care. Within this time, within this session, I know I will probably be losing as well, right? I won't be able to win all the time, but I'm sticking to that specific time. Regardless, I'm sticking to that. That's what is keeping me safe. That's what's keeping me alive in this game, guys. You still, you know, if as a beginner, you're looking to trade every single time during the day, New York session, London session, Asian session, anytime during the day, you're at work, you took a little break, okay, you check the charts, and because you saw something, you enter, right? And then when you come back home, again, you get during a very big different time, probably is Asian session now, and you enter. So getting like that is like literally gambling. It's ridiculous, and it doesn't make sense to be trading like that. You need to be very well organized, right? You need to know, okay, well, this is the time to trade. I'm going to sit in front of my computer and I'm going to be looking for setups within this period of time, which it could be the entire New York session or something that I do. I don't trade the entire New York session. I actually trade just the morning session, you know? So less hours right there. Now you have less hours to trade, right? So my job is to look for a setup, look for an entry within this time. If you don't like that, brother, just simply don't don't follow it. But if you're watching this, you most likely want to follow what I'm trying to do here, what I'm teaching you, right? I hope if you're watching this, if you really want to use my indicators with my strategies, I'm guessing you want to do what I'm doing, right? Otherwise, again, if you're getting an indicator but you're not following the rules of the creator of the indicator, and you want to do whatever you want, you see, you know what I mean? Guys, we will be offering support. We will be offering full support on Discord for this. I'm creating a playlist. I'm creating a playlist, so basically educational for you. You're going to be learning stuff. This is technically a course. These videos are like 54 minutes, 43 minutes. I don't want to say I'm wasting my time. I'm investing my time into creating this content especially for you. Okay? For you to understand how the indicators work, when to trade, when not to trade. I hope you guys understand this and can put some value on it. You know? So I don't want you to be again just getting an indicator just because and you want to give it a try and then that's it. It's just another indicator. No, no, we're not just offering one simple indicator. It is a big tool right here, and is a um, you're getting knowledge, right? So we're getting right here. You are getting more than what you think, because you're not just getting a tool. We're not just giving you the tool. We're giving you the knowledge as well on how to use the tool. Does it make sense? So, anyways, I feel like I'm talking too much right now, but anyways, it's necessary for you to know this, especially if you're a beginner. So, anyways, I'm not going to be touching anything else right here from the indicator. Also, although you can see here again the panel feature, all the things we have. We have the main core engine which is in charge of giving our entries, right, for long and short positions. Again, this is rated as well, this time with 3 stars. The more stars you have, the higher probability you have on the trade. It still doesn't save you from losing. So again, don't get me wrong, because you have 3 stars right here is completely bullish. It means you're going to be winning all the time, right? Doesn't mean that, but at least a it gives you an edge. So, anyways, you got a short sell position signals, right? Based on our engine. This engine again is different. This engine also works with the Heikin-Ashi candles. And of course, we have our multi-time frame right here also telling us whether we are bullish on higher time frame or bearish. What's the situation, right? So you don't need to be like looking for higher time frames. You don't need to be shifting, right, or looking in different time frames. You can just simply stay on the 5 minute, and just this will tell you enough what's going on, like what's happening, right, in higher time frames. So this can give you your bias, right? So it can tell you whether I will enter with a decent lot size. Let's say you normally risk 1% per trade, 1 to 2%, right, of your account per trade. So if you get a 3 star entry, depending on how you are, right, how the trend is going, you get a 3 star, you can enter probably risking that 2%, right? And if you get a 1%, 1 star, it's a low probability. It means that the indicator is already telling you, well, there's not not big chances, not it's not a nice opportunity, probably not too much on your favor. So it might actually fail eventually, although we actually caught 2 nice sells right there. It did end up dropping. So it's just giving you the idea, right? Now understand, let's go here. So same thing. As soon as the indicator, let's bring it up here. New York session is opening. Let me see. Did I disable that? Let's disable. Okay. Well, anyways, I'll explain later this line right there. That line is from the support and resistance. So, anyways, you see, we're actually trending. Notice, right, that on the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, and daily, everything is looking bullish right now. And the New York session is about to open. So I trade the New York session, right? So let's wait and see what the price has to do here. Now, all of a sudden, you see it tried to print the signal. It's not reprinting, right? It tried, but because it retraced a little bit, that candle, it just deleted the signal, right? It's not ready yet. So probably, let's see, next candle. Next candle was the one that actually printed the signal. Notice, because it is a Heikin-Ashi candles, notice, I don't know if you can see here, but the Heikin-Ashi, there you go. The Heikin-Ashi candle does not have a wick at the bottom. Okay, this is one of the strategies right here on printing these signals. This is one of the logics, basically. That's what I like about this Heikin-Ashi candles. Knowing when to get the signal, knowing when to enter, right? So the indicator is pretty much giving the signal on that candle, prints the stop loss, LOI level, and right there gives you a 1 to 2. I think I have it on 1 to 2. No, that's 1 to 1.5, I guess. 1 to 1.5. So when we scroll down a little bit here on the settings, you see I have Nasdaq set the ATR multiplier on 2.5. Okay, again, if you've seen my previous videos for the other indicators, I always talk about that Nasdaq, it's a very volatile pair, right? Indice in this case, or if you're trading futures, this is NQ, right? So it's the same settings, so don't panic. If you're trading futures, you can still use this indicator. It's the same as Nasdaq. So you can use between 2 or 2.5 on the multiplier, right? Don't go lower than 2, right? Because it's very volatile. We want to give some room right here. We want to give some room, some space. The lower I go here, you see, the tighter the stop loss, the closer the TP is. So, I mean, it did hit TP2 right there, but it's just too tight. It's just too close, too close. So I don't recommend going on multiplier 1. I want you to go at least 2. And if you want to give it a little bit more, like extend more your take profit, whatever, you can go maybe higher, just give it a little bit more room, depending on how the day is looking. If it looks very choppy, if it's a nice trend, probably 2 is fine, right? So I wanna leave that to you. All right. At that point, I recommend no lower than 2. Right? Let's leave it at 2. In this case, what the price is doing right here, it's already hitting TP1, right? From there, let's see what price does. Well, it looks like it did hit TP2. It didn't hit LOI. What can we do here with this level? So this means that whenever we get a signal, right? We got the signal here. Boom. Hold on. Stop loss here. Take profit here, right? So when price hits TP1, the rule here, the strategy, as part of the strategy, is you move the stop to LOI, right? To reduce your losses, right? In case it pulls back now, after hitting TP1, if it pulls back, stop you. You took partial profits, and now stopping you out right there is probably a break even. You're probably giving the profits that you give back. But that's what it is. It's part of the strategy. That's why I added that level right there, right? It's because I like it. I actually, it works for me. This works for me. So if you don't want to trail, be my guest. Wait for price continue pushing up, hit the break-even point here. Notice that after hitting the break-even line, again, this is part of the rule. If you don't want to follow the rule, then don't complain later, right? Don't complain later. Price hits the break-even line. It looks like this would have been a break-even trade, right? Because notice what time is this? 9:30, right? So that means the stock exchange is opening. There's a lot of volatility right there. So this probably was a break-even trade. You know, I think that's what it been, because the price did, that week right there. I'm sure that very big volatility went down and then went up first. If you're lucky, probably it went it went low. No, this kind of would have also stopped you out anyways. Nah, this would have been a break-even trade, but at least you secure profits. TP1, secure profits. When the price hit the break-even, you trail. Price got you back on break-even. That's what it is. TP1 got hit anyways, right there. What happened after that? Well, price looked like it was still continuing pushing up. All of a sudden, shifted, right? So you see what that line is? That line is a support. The line broke. The price broke the support. Let me bring it here. That line that is creating right there is a support line. Boom. You see, break, and it prints the signal. There we go. So this right here, let me pop up now the support and resistance levels. So basically this orange line right there, that's a support. Notice when the price breaks right there, it prints the signal. You can use also this to, how can I say, to have more confluence on your favor. Notice this first buy. This buy right here is actually not breaking a support. Like the support was broken already. This is basically a retest. What the price is doing right there, it's a retest. Price is retesting, right? This old high, price is retesting and entering. That's why it's printing the signal. So this indicator is using the Heikin Ashi, and it's also using the support and resistance entries, right? So basically as a break or a retest. So what you're seeing right here, for example, with this entry, you notice again the line that was created. That line right there, that dotted line, When price breaks now to the downside, is shifting the structure right there, boom, broke, and it's already printing the signal, right? And there we go. You see now for this, notice this is much further away, right? It's a smart. Again, depending on the situation, what is happening, the indicator will give you a different target, right? It's not like it was here, right? Remember this entry, it was very small. It was small. Let's go back there. Anyways, let's check it out. Just want to make sure I show you everything here and I don't forget anything. So you see how small it looks? Even though it was a 3-star long position after the retest, right there, um, it was a small, like a kind of small position, right? But anyways, if you're risking $100 right here, and this is stop loss, to make 150 is the same, right? But it's going to change is the lot size. So this trade right there prints, right? So this one got you on break even. But notice that was a 1 to 1.5. But notice this 1 to 1.5. It's a lot bigger, right? So entry would have been here, stop here, take profit here. Still a 1 to 1.5, right? This is still a 1 to 1.5, but the difference here, it's a very big difference, right? From this trade to this trade, but it's still a 1.5. Like I would still be risking $100 right here to make $150. What's going to change between this entry and this entry is the lot size. So you need to calculate that, right? If you need a calculator, I will leave the link on a video right here at the top right corner for a calculator, but this calculator works for MT5 or MT4. So I'm not sure if you want to use it. Probably eventually I will be working with other type of calculators, but at the moment that's what I have, so you can go ahead and check it out anyways. I will leave it on the link. So from here, notice also that whenever the cell is printed, you see we're only getting 1 star, right? And look at the current condition. Most of our time frames right here, actually all of them, are bullish, So if you want to take this entry, you can take it, but not risking that 2%. You could probably risk 1% in this trade because of the situation, right? Very big different situation. Oh, shoot, the price did drop really nice in this one and hit full TP right there. Okay, fine. That's what it is. Later on, you see it created another support and it printed another signal right there. This time, let's see what happens with this trade. I think that would have been a loss. Yep, that would have been a loss. That spike, it got a little volatile right here at midday, right? Notice this, by the way. Yeah, that was midday. So I think that would have spiked you out. That's a loss right there. So anyways, that's what happens, right? I think after that, I think it gave a buy later. Yeah, it actually gave a buy. But also, again, notice the hour, guys. I'm using my experience right here. I'm talking from experience. I would never make an entry. I used to. I did it at some point when I was a beginner. I would never right now enter when the New York session is about to finish, is about to close, because it is probably going to get very choppy. Oh, the trade did end up playing out. Yeah, probably, luckily for this time, right? It would have smashed TP2 as well. But it's not a good habit. So this is why I'm saying, guys, for me, I rather trade until midday. So from 8 a.m. maximum to midday, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, right? At the end of the day, less is more. Less is always more. Okay? So just understand that. If you don't like these lines, how the indicator looks with these lines, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like him either. However, it's there. It's part of the strategy. It's part of the indicator. So if you don't want to watch it anyways, if you don't like them on the chart, you just want to use the Heikin Ashi like that, you can just use it, right? Just simply understand. But those lines are basically to understand the breaks of the structure, right? Recent structure, if it's breaking the structures to the upside and the indicator prints a buy, it makes sense, right? You're going with the structure, you're going with the trend. The price is actually going up, and you're seeing break of the structures to the upside. So at least you understand that you're not entering blindly. You know what I mean? So hope it makes sense. Anyways, indicator prints right here a buy. Why is it printing a buy? Well, again, since it is based on breakouts, right, as well, the logic is combination. So right here, there's a breakout of this recent structure, and the price is retesting, and right there prints the entry. Notice the entry was on a candle that has no wick at the bottom, right? That's a strong signal for Heiken Ashi candles. This is why I'm using these Heiken Ashi candles. So as soon as the price breaks, when price pushes up, pull back, let's see, like this, it breaks a previous high, pulls back to that same zone, and gives a trigger, gives a candle. That's the trigger right there, that nice bullish candle, right? Has no wick at the bottom. That's the signal. So from there, pretty much your entry would look something like that. Let's say something like that, right? Technically. So hope it makes sense. Of course, has a lot more to it. Now, right there, we're getting a buy. How's the market going in higher time frames? Oh, well, the daily is bullish, but the 4-hour, 2-hour, 1-hour are bearish. So, and I'm getting 1 star. So, enter carefully right here. Be careful with this one. So, price, you see, it's printing a support right there, just that line in case it breaks. Right now, we're not breaking to the downside. And let's see what price is going to do. What time is it? Again, 9:30, right? Again, this is Nasdaq. I'm on the 5-minute time frame. This is Nasdaq. Nasdaq just right there at 9:30. This is what I hate, right? Especially at this hour, it gets very volatile. So I'm sure this is a break-even trade, right? The price just went up. It hit TP1, at least you were able to secure profits, and then price, boom, got you on break-even. This would have been a break-even trade, right? Did end up pushing up after that. Guys, I'm giving you the rules right here. If you don't want to move your stops to break even, it is up to you. But this is part of the game. This is part of the rules. And if you want to win the game, you have to follow the rules, right? Whenever you're playing basketball, you have to follow the rules, right? If you want to win the game. So let's say what happens after this. Now we have right there a resistance. Let's see what happens if price breaks that. So price is breaking the resistance, and boom, immediate after the breakout is happening, that candle has no wick at the bottom. So we have a strong break. Are we bullish? Hell yes. However, 4-hour, not bullish yet, right? But daily, 2-hour, 1-hour, it's bullish. So let's see how this thing is going to play out. Nice break even at that point. See another structure to the upside. You see right there. It's not, you see, it's not, even though it's still breaking the structures to the upside, it's not printing signals all the time, right? It has a logic right here that it's not going to be like that. Like you're not going to be getting crazy signals all the time, right? It also avoids choppy markets. You see, sometimes we're simply not going to print any sells at all or buys, even though it did had a beautiful crash. The algorithm knows, right? And is there for a reason. Is there for a reason. If it didn't print any signal, it is because the entire full criteria was never met. So that's why there's no entry. Like, I know you will be wondering, oh, why did it print a buy here? It would never catch this beautiful sale. Brother, there is a rule. There is the indicator has a logic and an engine, right? Several engines right here running. And if the entire logic is not met, the criteria is not met, forget it, it's not going to print. Okay? So let it go. It's better to just let it go. This day they print. Okay, they push. Let's see. I want to find some losses right here. Nothing here. And nice drop right there. This would have been a loss. That would have been a loss. Even though you see in this one, actually printed again at 3-star and actually failing, well, what time is it? 9:30. Oh, I forgot. I always forget this to mention this. Avoid news days: CPI, NFP, uh, FOMC, or Jerome Powell. Jesus, hold on. Right? Whenever Jerome Powell speaks, if you don't know who Jerome Powell is, it's from the Feds, right? The government. Whenever that guy speaks, whole hell breaks loose. So it gets very nasty. So try to avoid those days. Okay. Losing, you're going to have losses. You are going to have losses, right? Some days there are going to be, even though this has um, a logic to avoid ranging markets, is impossible to escape all of them. Okay. Impossible. So some days, yes, right? You're going to get nice positions. This was a nice 3-star buy right here. And look at the manipulation. This was a beautiful sweep, like liquidity sweep right here, and then printing that buy. That was a gorgeous move to the upside, catching this break of this structure right here. So I love this indicator. Based on the on breakouts, I actually love it. I didn't think when I was creating this indicator, I didn't think I was actually going to like it, but I just don't like it. I actually love it. So let's go ahead and test out. Let's see. Let's go on gold. Gold is normally very tricky, and let's go back to where we are. Look at this, right? This past couple of days. This week entirely was very challenging, very choppy, crazy right here. Notice this, nasty. This, you see, it was a very big push, but ended up giving the buy when we are very overbought. So from here, guys, I also want to, how can I say this? I want you, this is why I'm doing these videos, because I'm telling you, giving you probably tips that this is for every indicator that you get. It doesn't matter if you get my indicator, but for whatever indicator, whoever indicators you get, um, to also use your logic. If there's an indicator missing right here, not printing any buys, look at how bullish it is at the moment. If it's not giving you any entries, right? We're breaking to the upside. We're very far away right here. Now we print a buy. We are very bullish right here. You might think we're going to continue, but this to me, and again, based on experience, look at it. I mean, look at this move already. Don't you think the price is already extremely overbought? The price extended already, and probably is gonna drop. I really don't know, to be honest. I really don't know because I don't control the markets, right? But based on my experience, I wish this buy would have been printed somewhere here, but because the criteria was never met, right? The indicator did not print it. There is some criteria being met here, right? The indicator, again, is just an indicator. Again, is not a holy grail. Detected a break of a structure, and you got the actual logic. Where in higher time frame is also telling me that we're bullish, but it's just failing. You see, as soon as we enter, boom, price reverse on that, and it totally kind of makes sense. We were so extended right here. I don't know why we pushed this strong. Probably news as well. Started pushing after 8:30. So maybe what day was this? On a Tuesday, August 25th. August? What? No, Tuesday. I'm sorry, August 5th. August 5th. This was last week. On Tuesday. No, we had news actually at 10 a.m. in the morning. So, now, anyways, that's a very bad trade right there. Notice right here, pushed up, then we started to enter choppy. It did print a buy, but then chop around, pushed up a little bit. Then later, when is the signal being printed? Also remember the time, right? I'm currently using the entire New York session, but by the time it's printing the signal, it's almost like the New York session is almost closing. I don't like entering in the afternoon. All right. So be careful. Most of these signals you see, even though this one did push, this is in the afternoon, like very late in the afternoon. I don't like that. Um, this one at the beginning was nice, but probably it was news. This is NFP. I think this is NFP right here. 8:30. See, this was Friday, 1st August. So August 1st. So August 1st. Yep, this is NFP. August 1st, NFP. Right. So would I be trading this day? Probably not. Right. So, oh, it did pushed up. Yeah, I don't care. You know. So avoid NFP days, and especially in the afternoon. Right. So don't follow that. Let's go. Let's go to Bitcoin. I want to see how Bitcoin is really not my favorite. Really, really not my favorite to be trading, but I want to show you. Nothing here. Couple sales here, but price has been quite. I see a lot of spikes up and down. So probably this would have been a loss. This I want to see the signal. Prints the signal right there. Okay. Hits TP1, so that means stops to LOI. Trailing is stop. Okay, that would have been an LOI. This one, technically a break even. This was a loss. See, quite a lot of spikes right there. Another TP1. Yep, TP1 in reverse entirely. So, kind of weird day. Some days nothing. This one right here. Let's see what we would have gotten from this one. If we hit at least. Oh, very important. Did I think I'm using 2, right? On the multiplier? Yes, I'm using 2. I think 2 is fine for Bitcoin as well. Between 2, 2.5. Notice 3 is probably too much. I don't know, maybe 2.5 to give it a little bit, the stop loss just below the swing. Maybe, I don't know. Price hits TP1 and then retraces break even, hit the break even point. So that means we are at break even. And yeah, price came back to our break even. So that's what it is. Here, very extended. Oh, you see, this is what I don't like about these conditions. It got very choppy here and then skyrocket. Price breaks to the upside and then, okay, sadly gives the criteria right here. This would have been a loss. Price pulled back. It did push up a little higher later, but they gave the signal a little late. So, anyways, these are very challenging. Bitcoin, I don't recommend trading Bitcoin this way. Let's go on currency pairs. Let's go Euro USD to finish this. Nice sell right there, but let's go to the very beginning. All right, that would have been that particular day, TP1, LOI. So this would have been technically a break-even trade. That sell right there, I'm sure that sell hit TP. Yep. Oh, and again, since I'm on a pair, currency pair, I don't need to have 2.5. I can stay. 2.5 is probably too much. Let's try one. Let's see 1.5. Yeah, probably 1.5. It's about right. Or 1.8. Let's try 1.5 because it's less volatile. Yeah, this would have got us on LOI anyways. Let's see if we would have used 1 1.8. Yeah, TP1 LOI and then actually crash. This would have been a break even anyways. Break even. This buy right here, probably this week would have got us out. I'm sure it got us out. Yeah, that's a very tight. So I'm using at the moment, you see, whatever you feel confident or comfortable with, if you consider below one is too low, let's stay with the two. Give it a little bit more room. Did it change? Yep, that would have got us, you see, out before actually priced. Ended up pushing. Manipulations will happen all the time. This would have been a win for sure. That would have been a win. Nice. Choppy, no signals. No signals here. I think this is NFP. Yeah, this is Friday. This was very choppy right here. Still printed a sell though, but very, very choppy. Let me take a look on. Right. Yes, this is for the support and the resistance. One rule that you can probably use for visuals is like this. This this is why I included, even though I personally don't like having too many lines on the chart, but it's crucial when it comes to the structure. Even though the sell happened right here, you like notice that, are we actually having a break? Can you see a break, a clear break currently on the 5 minute? Are we breaking this low or are we breaking this high? No, right? It is measuring right here. This signal most likely is measuring that small little break right there. So it is printing a sell, but it doesn't have a prominent break of a structure. You know, like if you look, for example, this sell right here, the market had broken already a very strong structure to the downside, right? It broke the yellow line. It was coming down. Then we had another break here. Basically that break. Let me change the color here. Put it white. Right. So broke the structure here. Also broke this recent structure. Gave a retest. Right at the candle. So we are actually seeing the structure going down. We started the trend already to the downside, right? Rather than this, you see, we actually don't have any strong break at the moment. So would I be taking this trade even though I have 3 star without this? Probably, is one thing that you can consider and take notes. I'm not gonna be taking trades that it doesn't have a clear break of the structure. Okay. Now, still is not going to avoid from losing. Like, notice this break, like the price did break right here, this recent high. Still, you see, the price reversed. This would have been a loss right there. You see, oh, and the stop is way too tight, right? We're using two in this particular case, and it still looks very, very tight stop loss. It's because of that particular condition that was met. The price would stop us out, right? Notice that whenever we are on a very strong, you can see the actual breaks, right? Price is breaking the structures and it's going very strong to the downside right here. New York session opens, we have our signal, price drops. So hope it makes sense, guys. If you have any questions, suggestions, anything you want to add, anything you want to tell me, go ahead, leave your comments in the description below. Make sure to follow us on Discord. I will leave all the links down below. Remember, these indicators are coming out tomorrow. These indicators, like if you want to be part of this community, these indicators will be updated uh, constantly. All right, there's nothing that we're not going to continue or working on. Right, these indicators will be updated um, oftenly. Right, pretty often. If we find maybe some improvements, we're going to be making it more and more and way better as we go. All right. So again, if you have any questions, guys, let me know. Thank you very much for watching. Give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.